I asked 10 CFOs one question. What do you actually look for when you're building a finance team? And the answers genuinely surprised me. Now, most finance professionals think the answer is technical skills. Excel, Power BI, financial modeling. And yes, those matter. But here's what nobody tells you. Every single CFO I spoke to said the same thing first, and it had nothing to do with any tool. I have trained thousands of FP&A analysts. I have made every mistake in this career at least once, and even I was not fully prepared for how consistent these answers were. In this video, I am going to walk you through all 10 skills in the exact order CFOs mentioned them. By the end, you will know exactly where you stand and what to fix first. Skill number 1, business acumen. Almost every CFO I spoke to said this first. Not Excel, not modeling, business acumen. One CFO put it to me this way: I can teach someone Power BI in 3 months, but I cannot teach them to think like a business owner in 3 years. What does this actually mean? It means understanding what drives revenue in your company, knowing your top customers, your top products, your cost structure, understanding why a decision in sales affects your P&L 2 quarters later. I spent my first year in FP&A staring at spreadsheets and guessing variance explanations. The moment I started sitting in sales meetings, my commentary became useful. The CFO started forwarding my emails. If you do not understand the business, you're only working with half the picture. Skill number 2 is storytelling with data. The second skill that came up again and again was storytelling. CFOs are not reading a spreadsheet, they are reading your narrative. And if your narrative is revenue was down because revenue was down, that is not a narrative, that is a weather report. One CFO told me, I need my finance team to tell me the so what, not just the what. That one sentence should change how you write every single report from today. The best FP&A professionals I know can take a 40-tab Excel model and turn it into 3 bullet points that make a CEO change a decision. That is the skill. I once presented a perfectly accurate forecast. Every number was right, but I had no narrative. The CFO stopped me on slide 3 and asked, Asif, what is the one thing you want me to take away from this? I did not have an answer. That told him everything. Skill number 3 is financial modeling. Now we get into the technical skills, and financial modeling was the first one every CFO mentioned. But here is the important distinction. They were not asking for someone who can build a beautiful model. They were asking for someone who can build a model that answers a question. There is a difference. Most models I review are colored Excel sheets. No drivers, no logic, no way to ask what if. CFOs want driver-based models. Models where revenue is not just a number. It is built from real business assumptions. Volume times price, headcount times productivity. When you build it that way, the CFO can ask one what if question and you have an answer in 30 seconds. That is the model that gets you into the room. Skill number 4 is advanced Excel and data tools. Every CV I see says advanced Excel. Almost none of them mean it. CFOs are not looking for someone who knows VLOOKUP. They are looking for someone who uses Power Query to automate data cleaning. Someone who builds scenario logic with index and choose. Someone whose model does not break when someone inserts a new row. And beyond Excel, Power BI came up in almost every conversation. Not because every company uses it, but because it signals that you can handle data at scale. That you're not manually refreshing pivot tables at 11 p.m. before a board meeting. Here is the key takeaway. Learn one tool at a time. Fluency in one tool is worth more than surface knowledge of 10. Skill number 5 is forecasting and budgeting. This one surprised nobody, but the depth of what CFOs expect did. They are not looking for someone who can fill in a budget template. They're looking for someone who understands the assumptions behind every line, who can defend a number when challenged, who knows the difference between a rolling forecast and a static annual budget, and when to use each one. One CFO told me, I want my FP&A team to make me uncomfortable, challenge my assumptions, tell me when the forecast is wrong before the month closes, not after. That is a completely different standard than most analysts are trained to meet. Skill number 6 is AI fluency. This one was not on the list 5 years ago. Today it is non-negotiable. Every CFO I spoke to mentioned AI, not as a future skill, as a current expectation. But here is what they actually said. They are not looking for someone who has played with ChatGPT once. They want someone who has built AI into their workflow, who uses it to write variance commentary faster, who uses it to clean data, build models, generate scenarios. One CFO said it plainly. If 2 candidates have the same technical skills and one uses AI daily and one doesn't, I am hiring the one who uses AI every time. AI is not replacing finance analysts, but CFOs are replacing analysts who refuse to use it. Skill number 7 is communication and influencing. This is the one most analysts underestimate, and it is the one that separates analysts from business partners. In FP&A, you have no direct authority. You cannot tell the sales team to change their forecast. You cannot force operations to cut costs. You have to influence without authority. And that requires communication skills that nobody teaches you in a finance course. CFOs want someone who can walk into a room full of non-finance people and make the numbers land. Who can deliver bad news calmly with a recommendation, not a panic. Who can write an executive summary that a CEO reads in 90 seconds and knows exactly what to do. 80% accuracy delivered on time beats 100% accuracy delivered a week late every time. Skill number 8 is attention to detail without losing the big picture. CFOs want both, and this is genuinely hard to find. They want someone who catches the error in row 847 of a data export, but they also want someone who can zoom out and tell them what that error means for the quarterly forecast. Most accountants are trained for the detail. Most strategists are trained for the big picture. The FP&A professional who can do both, that person is rare, and CFOs know it. One CFO described it as, I need someone who can be in the weeds on Monday and in the boardroom on Tuesday. Skill number 9 is speed and adaptability. The finance calendar does not wait. Month-end closes, board packs are due, the CEO asks for a scenario analysis by tomorrow morning. CFOs want people who move fast without breaking things, who can reprioritize without losing quality, who do not need 3 days to turn around a simple analysis. This is not about working more hours. It is about having systems, templates that are ready, models that are built properly the first time, prompts that generate commentary in minutes instead of hours. Skill number 10 is curiosity and continuous learning. And the 10th skill, the one that almost every CFO saved for last but said with the most conviction, was curiosity. Not a degree, not a certification, curiosity. One CFO said, I want someone who reads the earnings call of our biggest competitor on a Saturday morning because they wanted to, not because I asked them to. The finance world is changing faster than at any point in history. AI, new tools, new business models. The analysts who will still be relevant in 5 years are the ones who are learning today, not waiting to be trained. Curiosity is not something you can fake in an interview. CFOs can tell within 10 minutes whether someone has it or not. So there you have it, 10 skills straight from CFOs. Now here is your homework, and I mean this seriously. Go through that list right now, not tomorrow, right now. Which 3 are you strongest in? Which 2 are you weakest in? Because the gap between where you are and where a CFO wants you to be, that gap is closable, but only if you know where it is. Most people watch a video like this, nod along and do nothing. Do not be that person. If you want a structured path to build every single one of these skills with real case studies, live mentorship, and a globally recognized certification, the CGFPA, the Certified Global FP&A Professional Program, is exactly that. It is a 6-month program built around what CFOs actually expect. Financial modeling, budgeting, forecasting, AI for finance, storytelling, business partnering, all of it. Taught by CFOs and FP&A leaders who have sat in those rooms. The link is in the description below. Go check it out. And if this video gave you one thing you're going to act on, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.